welcome to A Plan With Me and my Erin Condren vertical neutral. This video is so incredibly late and I've had a crazy week, and I feel like I say that every single week, but this week it was a lot of non-work related things. Some of those things I will talk about as I'm planning, but I just feel like it has been so non-stop this week and I have had no time to even use my Erin Condren, so no time to film the video. To be completely honest, this doesn't happen often, but even my horizontal, you guys can see, stopped getting used. Today, I should mention, is Saturday, so I normally have this thing totally full, but even though there has been a ton of work involved in what's going on, there's also just been so many other things happening in my life that I got a little bit behind. And also there wasn't a new release video. Oh, you guys, I'll talk about all of that. I'm sorry, that's Ozzy's ball. I'll talk about all of that as I start planning. So I am finally going to be doing a video using the new kit format. This is the mini version. I mentioned in the new release video for this that I would be switching to the mini kit format for my style of planning. So you guys can see, we have got half box sheets. I'm really excited to use these. These are the scalloped bow headers. So yeah, you guys can see, and I'm sure if you follow me, you've seen these kits, but this will be my first time actually sitting down and using one of these other than like testing in the planner. So I am really pumped. I'm obsessed with this kit. And yeah, let's just get started, and this is gonna be super chatty. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do date covers and bottom washi first. So, like I said, this week, it is currently Saturday. So this is a rewind spread, essentially. I don't know if I said that. And I will get up, hopefully, a video. I don't know if I can say that it's gonna be tomorrow because this may not go up until Sunday, but within a couple of days, doing Memorial Day week, which would be like the current week. This one I am gonna write in as I'm doing this. So, I'm sorry guys, I am filming on my kitchen island, and if you watch my vlogs, you'll know that the doors to the back porch are right here next to me, and something just really like loudly sounded like it either ran into the porch, it fell onto the porch, and I just had to go see what was going on and I'm pretty sure it was one of my trash cans, the lid closing, but it just like shook everything. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, let's continue. So date covers, this is my first time using these newer date covers and date numbers, and I really, really appreciate the size. I do prefer clear foiled date covers, but there's just no way for me to do that with these kits. Oops, and I just put that way too far, but if I pull it up, I think I'm gonna rip up the foil. I mean, unless we did like an add-on sheet that had date numbers. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Since none of this is clear, it would be a totally separate sheet of paper, so. But I like these, I think this works. I do like that these are much smaller than the ones that were in the kits. And I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my nails. So in my new release video, I had these nails on, and I got a lot, this new release video for these kits, so 2 weeks ago. Wait, 1 week? Yeah, 1 week ago. I got a lot of questions about my nails, and I replied back, but I was gonna talk about that for just a second. These are press-ons. They are the Kiss Impress brand. You can buy them at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, probably Ulta. Most places carry these. I personally prefer to buy mine directly from their website. They normally have a sale that's like buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off, or you know, stuff like that. I believe the last time I purchased, everything was buy one, get one free. So that's when I purchased like a ton. Like when I say a ton, I mean I've got enough nails to last me at least 6 months. And I only do them for the videos. I prefer personally to not have this happening on my hands, just because of like yoga. It hurts my hands if I bend a nail back the wrong way. Also, it's just picking up stickers can be a little bit difficult, but I don't mind these as much. I do get the shorter length in most of them, and they do actually feel mostly like my real nails. But what I wanted to say was, I have now had these on since last Thursday, I believe. So it has been a week and a day and they are still holding on. Wait, what am I talking about? It's been a week and 2 days, 3 days? It's been since last Thursday. Anyway, it is 10 p.m. when I'm filming this video, just so everyone is aware. So I just wanted to say, they last really well. Like, I really do like how they stay on. So if that's something you're interested in, Kiss brand, but they're the Impress ones. I do also use the Gel Fantasy ones every now and then. Those do not have the gel strips built into the nail. These do. You don't have to do a separate thing. And I really like that about these. It takes me a total of, gosh, I don't know, 10 minutes to pick out all of my sizes and then put all of them on my hands. It does not take me very long at all. It may not even take 10 minutes, to be honest. But with the other ones, it can take a little bit longer because you have to pick out both the nails. I did this, okay, so I have to pick out both the nails and then the gel tabs. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys this. So if you move this washi strip down, you can actually get this underneath this, and part of my page I did that, and then the other side I did not do that, but I'm not gonna rip both of these up. You can see this one I put a little bit more underneath here. You can see that white line, so this is lifted up a bit, but on this side I put it much further down and it does hit underneath these dots. So just throwing that out there in case anybody was wondering, this is the exact same size as our normal bottom washi, just cut in two. I just can't lay stickers down straight. So anyway, yeah, long week, really long week. And I'm not gonna talk about everything that has happened this week. I'm not gonna go into detail about it. Some people have probably seen what I posted on Instagram, and then I did post in my Facebook group, and then I also posted in a few different shop owners groups that I'm in, because that's really who I was trying to reach. I just wanted to attempt to reach as many people as possible, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I'm not gonna go into detail. I'm not gonna answer any questions about it in the comments. And actually, I may not say anything else at all, to be completely honest. But the exciting thing that happened that kind of really threw my week off, let's talk about that. Let's talk about good things, positive stuff. So I think I've mentioned that I had a Disney trip booked in September. Well, ever since they announced Galaxy's Edge opening in August, I was like, oh, really don't want to go in September anymore because it's going to be so crowded. Funny story, I normally book restaurant reservations on the very first day that you can, which is 6 months out from your date of needing to book them. I waited and I didn't book them until a week after, so still 5 months and 3 weeks ahead of time. And I go to Disney very often. I was not able to get reservations at restaurants that I normally can get a reservation at same day. Like if I'm in the park and decide, hey, I want to eat here, I can generally make a reservation in the morning to go to these places later that night. I could not get a reservation for anywhere, you guys. And I did though, like I did end up getting dinner reservations, but it wasn't where I would normally eat, which is totally fine. Trying new things and all, it was fine. But I know that it's because of Star Wars being open. I'm like positive that that's what was going on. And how do I want to do? I may lift this up a bit. There we go. But that was almost like my first warning sign that I even more did not want to go in September. I wanted to kind of try to push it and maybe change the date or just cancel it completely, go a different time. I am DVC, so I go very frequently, and Mom and Mike are also DVC, so I go with them a lot. They go with me a lot. We go a lot. So it's not, you know, a big deal. It's not the end of the world to cancel a trip. It is something that is normally planned decently far in advance, but other than that, I'll keep talking about this, but I got a lot of comments saying that people wanted some of the various headers put back for this, and I want to show you guys how I'm going to do this. So what I actually had in my mind to do this way are these new little flags. I'm going to write in dinners. And I'm actually going to stick that above this. I can still add in some various headers if you guys really want them. Definitely can. I just thought that this was actually really cute, and that is how I was going to be doing it. It would also be really cute if you had like a little foiled icon, like a clear icon with like a, and I do somewhere, a spoon and a fork, or like, you know, Van Sticky Coffee Monsters Co. type deal, like a little character sticker. That's the word I'm looking for. That would be cute as well. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. Rowan really wanted to go. Rowan has never been to Disney and actually stayed at Disney, and she's actually only been to Disney once in her life, and it was last year. And she was only able to go to one park, Animal Kingdom, for one day, and I actually got tickets for her and her boyfriend to do that while they were in Orlando, or while they were in Florida, because they were doing some other stuff and she really wanted to go, but they couldn't, so I ended up doing that, getting them tickets for the day. But she has really wanted to go to Disney and, you know, see all the Disney things. I feel like I'm wording that so strange. And we've planned for a while to do a girls' Disney trip, like a really long time. And it's just never been the right time because, as you guys have probably heard me mention, Rowan is in school. And then I can kind of work around it since I work from home, but she is in school. We've never really been able to get this going the way that we've tried, you know? So it just so happens that on Tuesday, Rowan and I were having girls' night, and we were sitting at this little restaurant by my house that's one of our favorites, just this local like family-owned cafe, or like burger joint, I guess I should say. And we had planned, let me back up just a little bit. We had planned, I'm gonna do bow headers. For the 10th time, let me say, we had planned for her to go with me in September. We planned that out, honestly, just a couple of weeks ago. It's very hard for me to leave Ozzy and leave him with, or technically her, because I feel so bad because she is gone, you know, for 8 hours a day at least, and he's not used to that at all. So it'd be a lot easier if Mom could watch him because her and Mike are both retired. So we decided, you know, she's gonna go with me to Disney. We're gonna have a girls' trip to Disney, and we were super excited about it. She's so excited to get to go and actually like see everything. So the only issue was her classes start back in, I believe, the end of August. So she was worried that she's going to have to be missing like a week's worth of classes and whatnot in September. So she said though that she was gonna do it. She would work around it. She'd figure it out. Like it's not the best situation, but she would make it work. But Rowan is in school. She's already, I may be wrong, I believe she's already an RN, and she's going for the step above that, which is like her bachelor's maybe. I don't know. Either way, she's going for a step above whatever the basic nursing degree is. She has that. So I feel like whatever she's missing from that is like pretty important stuff that she probably needs. So wow, I'm just like all over the place. So we decided on Tuesday night just to look and see, like, can we switch the booking and get, you know, before she goes back to school, because then we're also avoiding Star Wars. I'm just gonna start writing and doing what I would normally be doing. So we left the restaurant, came back here, and the very first thing that happened is I had to cancel the September trip at the Polynesian, was where we would have been staying, in order to change the reservation, if that makes sense. But I didn't even know yet if we would be able to get any reservation, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm making sense at all. Sorry you guys, I'm trying to look and see what I'm doing here. Here we go. So anyway, we get back here, and lo and behold, we were able to book, not at Polynesian, which I'm sad about, but I expected that to be the case. We were able to book a girls trip to Disney in July. So it is happening so quickly. For me, at least, that's very quick. I'm used to having a year, at least 6 months, but more like a year generally in between Disney trips to kind of plan everything, to get reservations, to do all of that. So, yeah, that's what happened. We just did like an emergency girls trip to Disney. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about, you know, I just realized maybe these bow headers that are scalloped aren't the best idea for this, because I'm gonna be covering part of my box, am I not? What if I guess I could bring it down a bit. Oh, I guess that's fine, right? I don't know how I feel about that now. I love how they look, and I love how they look here, but if you were wanting to put a full box under it, I don't love how that is. Cause like here, oh, I'm gonna have to put a full box and it's gonna be off, right? Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to pull it down at least underneath the, and then that's gonna mess where that goes. Oh, I may have messed up, guys. See, because now this one is gonna have to go down here. I don't hate having this way. I'm not gonna be able to get that back up. If I would have pulled that down a little bit, I don't hate the gapping in between this. You guys let me know in the comments, do you like the scalloped bow headers? I think they are so incredibly cute, but that is kind of messing with me that the full box is sitting that way. For everything else, I feel like it's okay. It's just the full box that it's kind of messing with me. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So, we were able to get a reservation. We are gonna have to stay at, we're gonna stay at a hotel in Disney Springs on the first day because I wasn't able to get the full reservation, but that's totally fine. I actually think I messed up though, and we're going for 8 days instead of 7, and that's why we ended up with that extra reservation. But the way that I booked it, I did the no cancellation to get like $10 off. So once I realized that I booked it wrong, or I booked us on too many days, I was like, well, we can't really do much about it now. We're just gonna have to go. Which of course, no, we were not in any way upset about. So yeah, so that's what happened. I do wanna say, I was gonna do something with that, now I don't know what. I did not grab anything to use with this kit but this kit because I wanted to kind of show you guys. I know what I'm gonna do. Anyway, so I guess my point for all of that was, number one, yay, girls trip. I am so excited, and so is Rowan, and I'm very happy that it's soon because I've been feeling incredibly overwhelmed lately, and I need a break. Like, I really do feel like I need to take a break. And this will kind of force me to, since I'll be gone. But what I thought was funny, directly after we got the booking for the hotel for Disney, I was like, oh my goodness, Rowan, we're not gonna be able to get reservations anywhere, like to eat. You know, we need to go ahead and book all of our dining reservations now and just hope that we can get something. Because again, it's not the end of the world, but it's her first trip. So I really wanted to take her to a lot of the places that like I really love. I wanted to show, you know, show her those things. So, you guys, I got into the dining reservations, and it depends on how much you know about Disney, whether or not this is gonna make any sense, but whereas for 5 months and 4 weeks out, I couldn't get a thing, for, I think it was 48 days out, the day that we were booking, I could have gotten us reservations at Be Our Guest. I had no problems getting us any dinner reservation that we wanted. And it's just like, that's so insane to me. And it has to be because of Star Wars. So I think that this actually is going to be working out really, really well. I don't think that it's gonna be like way less crowded or anything. It is right when kids are out of school. But at the same time, I had no problems with those dinner reservations. So I do think it's gonna be less crowded than if we were to go in September, if that makes sense. So we are so excited, so excited. I'm really hoping that I'm gonna be able to take the camera and get some really good vlog footage. I am gonna possibly do a video series about planning for Disney and kind of how I do that. Not so much like pretty planning or anything like that, just kind of, you know, what I do, how I do some of this stuff, but I don't know yet, we'll figure that out. sorry, and I just rambled on and on about that, but I wanted to share that because it's such exciting news, and I'm really happy to take a break. Let me go ahead and say, I do not believe that the shop will be closed while I go. I'm only gone a week, and Mom is going to be working while I'm gone. So while she can't package or ship anything, I'm just gonna have massive stacks ready for, what a thing to say, massive stacks ready for her to foil. So that when I get back, she can cut too. If she wanted to, she could cut them as well. But that way when I get back, at least we'll have the release that either released while I was gone or the one coming the next week, and it will be ready to go. And actually be ready to go. So I don't believe that we will be closing. I am gonna work incredibly hard to make sure that we can get all orders placed before I leave, shipped before I leave. And I'll talk more about that as we get closer. Okay guys, some things that I'm noticing about this kit. I do feel like we do need either some glitter headers, the way that the deluxe kit was done, although we do have glitter headers still, but I don't mind it in the sidebar. I do mind it over these boxes, not incredibly, but now what I'm thinking is I want to use some of these, where am I? Here we go, some of these. And I could do the same thing and use the flag, and that will be totally fine, but I don't have enough flags to use all three. Also, next thing that I'm thinking for these scalloped bow checklist, you can't use this and then use that. So you guys let me know down below, should we just go ahead and switch these back over to glitter headers? If nothing else, if you really love these, I could make a sheet of, instead of the glitter headers, it would then be a sheet of these that could be purchased. If I did that, they'd probably be foiled. But who knows, I don't know. You guys let me know, because I do think that this cannot really go under that, right? Yeah, so probably gonna update that here soon. Okay, back to what I was doing. Anyway, so now I really wanted to use some of these, but okay, so you're not gonna have a header, but okay, let's do it this way. How about, since I did add a good bit more washi, we could do a strip of washi over the top, just so that it's not just like sitting there, you know? So I'm gonna do one of these checklists. I'm going to place, but that's kind of weird. I'm gonna place this a little bit further down, and I'll put something in between. So yeah, I don't hate that, except for it's crooked. Also, let me go ahead and say, I am on keto. I'm on day like 4. Once I realized we were going to Disney, I immediately was like, wow, we're going to be, and I'll talk more about this, we're gonna be in and out of the pool and stuff. I need to shape up. So I have been running. I did injure myself. I cannot run right now. I tried a couple of days ago. I made it like 2 steps and I stopped because I'm afraid that I'm gonna like really damage something. So I am doing keto. That's why I'm like up at 10 p.m. doing this like a million miles a minute. I've been doing it for a bit. I am in ketosis and I have got a ton of energy. Which is great because I've got a ton of work. So anyway, let's move down. So for this section right here, I want to go ahead and put in Tuesday. Well, actually I'm gonna put in Tutu's listings. We did just do clear foil this week because I, again, was feeling incredibly overwhelmed. I wanna put in invoices, and I wanna put in package and ship. We'll just do pack and ship. And I said this in the Facebook group, and I more than likely put it into a story on Instagram. But for the whole me being very overwhelmed with I just realized how far out you guys are zoomed. I'll zoom you in a second. For me not doing new releases this week, and for saying, you know, that I was really overwhelmed and everything, I, this morning, it is Saturday, was able to package over half of the open orders from yesterday. And that's because we finished up all of the glossy Serene and Moon kits, and I was able to start getting those out. If I would have realized that, I would have gone ahead and done new releases, because to be honest, that cuts it down to just the premium of those that need to go. And then there's also, I'm sure, some of them that had other random like bow scripts and stuff that will need to go as well. But we are back to being, like, I'm feeling much less overwhelmed about that now. So just to let everybody know, we are on track. We're sitting at about an 8-day processing time right now, and that just, it bothers me. And I know it shouldn't because we have a 1 to 2 week processing time, but I don't know. I like to get things out as quickly as possible, and I feel like if I can't, I get a little bit overwhelmed. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy on my hands, and then I'm gonna get rid of that sheet. So this looks good to me. I like that I can use an entire sheet other than this sticker and not feel like I'm wasting anything. Also, that could have been used for this, which is kind of what it's for. It just says this week. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a bit because I do feel like you're far. Okay, so I've got you guys a little bit closer. So I wanna do, I'm gonna take one of these tiny labels and I'm gonna write in package and ship. So a thing about Rowan and I going to Disney in July, and I talk about this a bit in the vlog, it's hot. Like, it's crazy hot. In September, I feel like it's much too hot, but in July, it's gonna be like, you know, heat stroke hot. I have been to Disney in July. I think I've been more than once, and it's just, it's too hot. I'm sure anybody that's been can kind of like get where I'm coming from. So because we want to do a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff, but we also want to have some relaxing. I'm going to keep writing. What we've decided is we're probably going to do, like, get up early, get to the parks when they open, stay at the parks through like lunch, have lunch at the park. I just realized I did the wrong color, so I'm going to go down here with this. Have lunch in the park, and then go back to the hotel and probably like lounge around at the pool. Rowan is like me, where she is completely fine to, oh, I just messed that up. I'll do a different color now. She's completely fine to lay by a pool and do nothing. That is not something that Mom enjoys, but Rowan, just like me, really likes it. So we will more than likely be doing that, and then around 5 o'clock, we will probably go back to the parks and stay until close. So we will definitely be doing a lot, but at the same time having that rest break in the middle of the day, especially when it's as hot as it's gonna be, I think is gonna be really, really nice. So yeah, I'm excited for that because honestly, I can't remember the last time that I was at Disney that I went to the pool while I was at Disney. I was probably like 18. It's been a while. Anyway, so yeah, let's do this color. I am going to actually use this slightly, no, let's do the smaller one. Just gonna write in girls' night. But yeah, if you guys can't tell, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited to go with her, and I'm also very excited to take a break. I really dislike how this is looking with all of these boxes being the same. So I want something with, let's just do one of these. But there is still a lot to get done, like a lot. And that's one reason that my week has been as crazy as it is, because I've already began like doing some of the things that I knew are gonna, like I know that they're gonna have to get done before we go. So I wanted to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna use this pretty foiled bow to write in that we booked the trip. So for instance, I have two bathing suits, but because we're going in the middle of July, or the beginning, kind of mid-July, I guess. It's really hard for me to talk and write. Rowan wants to go to the water parks, and I'm totally down to do that. So I needed to pick up some swimsuits that were a little bit more appropriate for going down water slides. I'm just afraid, like I don't want to lose something, you know, while that's happening. So wanted to pick some stuff up for that. I do not own very many shorts other than running shorts. I do not own really any tank tops that are like nice, cool, lightweight. I do mostly like short sleeve tees. So I needed that stuff. Like there was just a lot of things that I felt like I really needed to get before we went. So I'm gonna just put in dinner res and magic bands. And I think, I'm gonna look at my planner, but I think that that's all that I really need to put in for that day. Yeah. Okay, so moving over to Wednesday. This is when we started. So I had called Mom on Tuesday because I had some questions because she's been DVC way longer than I have. And I had some questions about how to do certain things. So she helped me through that, but she knew that I was going. So we decided on Wednesday to kind of get started on some of that after work. So the first thing I'm gonna write in is emails. And I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in. Underneath that, I'm gonna go ahead and write in package and ship, which technically I believe we have packaged and shipped every day this week, but I think that Wednesday was one of the like really big like chunks of orders that we got through. So we did do what we normally do. I normally keep working after Mom leaves, but sorry guys, the camera cut off, which means I'm being way too chatty. Anyway, we worked until noon and then decided to take a trip over to both Target and Old Navy. I'm just gonna write in Target trip. Like I said about the bathing suits, and I normally have such a difficult time finding a swimsuit that I will wear, that I wanted to get started on that, but I got incredibly lucky and I found 2 at Target that fit really nice, and it just worked out really, really well. I picked up 1 pair of shorts at American Eagle, and then kind of decided later on that I actually was not the biggest fan of them. I took Ozzy to the lake in them, and they were nice and long, but then they started like riding up and I was tugging at them the whole time, which is incredibly irritating. Anyway, underneath that, I am going to put in this right here, and I'm just gonna write in pick up permit. Let's try to do some hand lettering. I feel like that R looks very similar to that E, but that is okay. And then all the way at the very bottom, I'm gonna put in design. I don't know if I think I mentioned this in maybe the vlog. The release that was coming out, that was supposed to come out on Friday, is something that I've been working on, and I had a vision in my head of how I wanted it to be, and I couldn't get it there. So I've been working on it on and off now for a bit. So I'm gonna be putting design in on Thursday as well, because that is when I actually finished it. But for some reason, I just couldn't get it to where I wanted it. But I have now, so it will come out next Friday. And I wanted to mention, I did say this in the Facebook group, when the release comes out Friday, for the first 12 hours, Friday from noon until midnight Eastern Standard Time, I will put that 30% off code that is there this weekend back up. I wasn't intending like to take away the discount on the new kit. I needed some time to catch up. So I will give you guys that. It'll only be for the first day. And it'll be a different code also, but I'll announce that. So anyway, moving on. So where do I need my full boxes? Up top? Yeah. For Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and get my full box in at the very top, and I wanna start with the white lined boxes. So we're gonna do that one there, and then I wanna do, see, but then I've got 2, we'll do this one down here, I think. Yeah, so there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one on Saturday. And I guess I don't hate how that looks actually with the bow. Oh, that's so crooked, but I can't lift it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and do my checklist underneath, just so I know where to put this next row of boxes. And that's kind of where I messed up on the front of the page. So I need to undo that. There's gonna be just one box that does not like line up correctly, but that is okay. Also, I've got the Disney kit from My Newest Addiction that I've been hoarding, so I am definitely gonna be using that this time. I believe last time I used the one from Two Little Bees, maybe? And this time I definitely wanna use the one from My Newest Addiction. So let's go ahead and do full boxes down here. And I'm gonna do this one right here. I love this kit so much. I think I'll probably also be doing a plan with me on my B6 using it sometime soon. So I have used up that entire sheet there. And now let's work on Thursday. So the very first thing that I wanna do, so I wrote in already Ozzy's flea and tick meds, but what happened was Monday morning when we gave him those, because it does take both mom and I to get Ozzy to take his flea and tick medicine. He just knows. I've tried everything. I've tried pill pockets, peanut butter, pepperonis, cream cheese. I've tried everything, and he eats around it. So what I have to do is physically put it into his mouth and then hold his mouth shut until he swallows, which is not something I can do it by myself. It's a lot easier to not do it by myself. So I generally have mom help. And Monday, she helped. We did it in the morning, and I knew that he needed to eat first, so I kind of was giving him a bunch of pepperonis because he doesn't really like to eat his dog food in the morning. And he took his meds, and about, I don't know, 15 minutes later, threw up all over my house. I have actually never seen him be sick the way that he was. I mean, I'm not going to describe it, but it was a lot, and the medicine came back up. And I read, and it said that if they throw it up within an hour, that you should redose. But on Wednesday while she was here, he did not eat. I didn't want to force him to eat this time. So on Thursday, he actually got up and was eating a lot in the morning. So we went ahead and gave it to him again. It stayed down. He's got it now. But yeah, so that's what happened. That's why I wrote that twice. I'm gonna go ahead and do my scalloped bows down here as well. Did I put them on that? I think I put them on that. Yeah, I did, okay. I love how these look. I'm just kind of torn about having the space. And I guess another thing is, I'm gonna have an entire row that is not necessary. And I would assume that most people would have that. So maybe we could do these, either a row of glitter headers so that you would have them to go over your full boxes if you wanted, or I could do a row of various headers. You guys let me know in the comments which one of those, which idea you like better. I may also poll Instagram and the Facebook group. So for Thursday, I wrote in Aussie Flea and Tick. I also wrote in Design Day. The thing is, I ended up designing until, I think it was 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night to finish, because I finally got the kit finished, and then I had to go, or I finally got the full boxes and the bottom washi finished, and then I had to go in and do every single other sheet. So I had decided that I would just wait and do the new release video in the morning, but then in the morning I was sitting down doing orders, and I decided I was just too overwhelmed, so we pushed it. Let's put in emails and reships. So yeah, that's what happened with that. Also on Thursday, it's the same thing that we do every day. Cut, pack, and ship. That's what's in here. So I do believe that Thursday was another day that we took a really decent amount of stuff to the post office. I mean, it's generally a good bit, but like I know this morning I took a ton. Friday we took a good bit, and I'm pretty sure Thursday as well. So let's go ahead and write in. I just realized I did not try at all in this spread to do that one new style of writing that I was trying to do. That's okay. Package, and that looks like an R. Anyway, moving down. Thursday was honestly just a lot of work, and it's been so hot here lately that I have not been able to take Oz to the LAKE until 7 o'clock at night, just because I'm worried about him getting way too warm. So I did have a bill due. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. So let's do a little money icon as well as a strip of washi. And I'm just gonna leave that like that. I feel like there was something else for Thursday and now I can't remember, so for right now I'm just gonna leave it blank. Moving up to Friday, that would technically be new releases. I'm not gonna write that in because it didn't happen, but we did start the Memorial Day sale, so I'm gonna write that in. Let's do one of these larger boxes. And I'm gonna try that style. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try a new box. Okay, that was better. So I've been trying to, I don't know how to do the O. I've been trying to do this kind of like blocky style where you write and then you kind of do like a little bit of a thicker line on parts of the letters, and I really, really love how it looks, but I find that I have a hard time spacing it, like to make sure that I've got room to do that. Memorial. Guess I'll do day that way as well. If you guys have any tips on this or any like YouTubers that show this, let me know, because I feel like I need to find some like YouTube videos that really like go into detail about how to do some of these things. Okay, that's not the best, but it'll work. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in right here. And then I do underneath that want to put in remove 2 2s. I did not realize, and I forgot. I keep forgetting to remove both $2 Tuesday, and then last week I forgot to remove the $5 Friday, the micro kits. So yeah, okay, so that, now we went on Wednesday, was that right? Wednesday to Target, like I said, into Old Navy to look for some bathing suits. But I told Mom I really wanted to go to the outlets on Friday and look into some shorts, possibly some more Tevas. I really like my Tevas. I actually ended up picking those up today though. And then I needed just little tank tops, stuff like that. So we went to the outlets on Friday. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in that. And I'm just gonna write outlets with Mom. That, wow, that really doesn't look like that even says that, but it's okay. And I was able to find quite a few things. I have a really difficult time finding shorts. I found a pair that I'm obsessed with. And I found quite a few tanks and stuff. I do have like a haul in the vlog of me showing you guys that stuff. I don't know if anybody really wants to see that, but I thought maybe, so I went ahead and did it. And then I'm gonna put in, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, maybe it does. I'm gonna put in finish gloss. And for the very last thing, I want to put in bubble bath. Which is probably unnecessary, but that's okay. So I did look for some shoes when Mom and I went. I did not find what I was looking for. I wanted a new pair of Birkenstocks, but I can't find the style that I want anywhere. And then I also was gonna get a new pair of Tevas. I did find ones that I wanted, but I did not purchase them, but I did go back and get them today. So I wanna write in up top, package plus ship, because like I said, Mom wasn't here today, but I took a ton of orders to the post office this morning, and I had to drive to Asheville to do it because the one here closes so early. So while I was there, I did go to Target to get like necessities, like toilet paper. So I did that. And then I decided after going to Target to go ahead and go back and grab those Tevas. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that down here. So I'm gonna write in Teva. And I actually also went into Nike and got a pair of running shorts as well as another running tank. I do believe that when we're there during the day, I'm gonna wear running clothes because it's all very breathable, it's cool, and then I'll do cuter clothes when we go back at night. So I did Teva, I picked up a couple of things at Nike, and then I also went back into Forever 21, which normally I can't find anything there, but when Mom and I went in the other day, or on Friday, I found a lot of really, really cute little tank tops. So I went back in today, I found some more tanks. I found a couple of really cute little like thin dresses. So that's what I did there. And then I came back home and I cleaned this house. Not a super deep clean like what I would have liked to have really done, but a decently good clean, at least out here, of the living room and everything. So let's go ahead and put that in. I also did wash and change, I should say, these sheets. So I'm gonna put that in. Okay, you guys, I'm starting to get really tired. It's like, what, 10:30? Moving up to Sunday. I also forgot to write film in here, but I do believe I'll also be filming tomorrow. So I think what I'm gonna do is let's do one of these flags. I'm gonna go ahead and write in film up top. I honestly really, really love these flags. I don't know, something about them. I want to take one of these and I want to go ahead and write in mass print. So part of me saying that we needed to catch up was that we have not even started yet on the Moon and the Serene premium kits. And wow, I messed that up really bad. There were nowhere near as many of those as there were of glossy. We sold a ton of these kits, but I'm gonna do a different box because that just looks really bad. There's still a good bit. Let's do this one. So I do think that we can get through them like decently quickly, but I do need to, that is even worse. I do need to go ahead and start mass printing them tomorrow so that they will be ready for mom in the morning, or Monday morning. Okay, so I'm gonna put that in right there. I'm gonna go ahead and use this hashtag adulting script. I put the trash comes on Monday, but I do normally get it together on Sunday. So I'm gonna use that. I'm just gonna put a piece of washi behind it, which was absolutely pointless because it covered the entire thing. Anyway, moving down. I wanna clean more. I wanna do the bathrooms and whatnot tomorrow. And I really want to try one of these checklists. So I'm gonna grab some scissors really quickly because I don't need the entire thing. Okay, so in the deluxe kits, these are the 3-bow checklist, and that is what I would actually personally want. I did leave them in these a little bit longer. Well, completely to cover the box because it's a mini kit, and I know a lot of people like to use the checklist, so I didn't want to completely switch them. But I'm just gonna trim it so that I can use this one as a 3-bow. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the washi over the top of it since I don't have a header. And I'm gonna go ahead and write in, first of all, right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a sticker that just says edit and upload. I'm hoping I can film a couple of videos tomorrow. It's just gonna kind of depend on what's going on with like the printer and mass printing and what I can get through. And then down here, I'm gonna go ahead and write in bathrooms, floors. I did sweep and vacuum today, yes, both, but I did not mop. And then I wanted dust. I did not do that today either. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys out. Okay guys, so this is what the finished spread is looking like. I actually really love this, I'm not gonna lie. Like I really, really do. I love the scalloped bow checklist or bow headers. I will say that I think it's too much, and I think that maybe 1 row of scalloped bow headers would be better, and then the rest either glitter headers or script headers. I do think it's a bit much for it to be all 3 to be using those, but I do like it in just like 1. If that makes sense. I'm getting really tired. I want to show you guys what I have left over. So I do have a few boxes left over. Not too much though. I do have this whole row, which I do think I'm gonna go ahead and switch that row out with various headers so that you guys could use those for your sidebar or for these 3-bow checklists. I have some washi left. I used less washi in this than what I normally would because I didn't use anything else. Normally, if I was using like a clear foil script or icon or anything like that, I would use more washi. Still have a ton of little things left, but that's fine. And then I did not use a bunch of these checklists. Again, I think I really do like it with just the washi piece over it. So I think that knowing that, I might use more of them. But I also would really like to have some various headers. So I completely agree with you guys on that. I've got my obviously date numbers. I don't really use the scripts and I didn't use very many icons, but for these 2 sheets, I did use everything. And to be honest, I mean, this is more than like, or I should say this is less left than what I would normally have. So I feel pretty good about that. So this again was the mini kit. But yeah, so that is what the spread is looking like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too chatty. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye guys.